Right, when buying a property in Malaysia, there are a few things that you're going to need to take into account. It's not just the purchase price. So let's just use an average figure of 1 million ringgits, yeah? So that'll get you a nice house. But on top of this, you're going to need to have funds ready and available. So you're talking your legal fees. You have to put a down payment down. That's usually 2%. And then after that, you will, well, the agent will organise for you. The same way it is in London, you get 3 solicitors' quotes. Now, in those solicitors' quotes, there's some hefty charges. Compared to the UK, where you'd pay, on average, I would say for a purchase of a leasehold, maybe £2,000 in legal fees. And then you would pay your stamp duty. So they have a similar structure to the stamp duty that we pay here. And then their legal fees are just a little bit pricier, I would say. I'd say bank on stamp duty and solicitors' fees for a purchase in Malaysia of around 1 million, which will buy you a house in Malacca, for example. You're looking at between, I'd say, £13,000, which is not too tragic, I guess, in the scheme of things compared to the stamp duty that we have to pay. But I'd say all in, it's very, very similar. I'm going to feed back to you. I'm going to put a document together so you've just got a nice flow of how much and what needs to be paid. But bearing in mind that you have a similar thing, like you do an exchange of contracts, and when you do the exchange of contracts, you've got to have your money approved in advance. I guess it's a bit like our system where you get a decision in principle, but we follow on with a full mortgage offer, and we don't put your money down. But in Malaysia, you have to put the money down first, and you'd be looking at paying your 10% at S&P, which is your sales and purchase agreement, which is the same as our contracts, right? And then after that, there's a whole load of work that gets carried out, similar to the way that we do it. And then you have your completion. Theirs is called vacant possession. Ours is called completion. And literally at contract, you pay 10%, which is not the way that we do it. You don't, oh yes you do, you pay the 10% on exchange, don't you? What am I talking about? And then the 90% is paid on vacant possession. So it's very, very similar processes when it comes to purchasing. I will do a separate video on how you're going to finance this once I get to that stage. But give me some time, because I just got back, okay? And I think I'm doing really well, considering that I had a 14-hour flight, and realistically I was traveling for a good 24 hours. I did sleep 12 hours last night. I'm surprised I was up at 7:30 this morning, because if you add 8, that's like midday over there. But I did plan myself. I didn't go to bed till 3 o'clock in the morning when I was in Malaysia. Pretty much most nights. Good way of planning your time. But let's see what the rest of the day does, because I might just get tired as time goes on. Anyhow, keep watching if you want to know how to buy a property in Malaysia and the processes that are involved, because I will be updating you as everything unravels. And like and follow for more.